Waste.
People in the world. Those who pee in the shower and those who are liars.
How bold of you, Bren. Okay.
Oh, come on.
There are 3 types of people in the world. Those who can count and those who can't.
Yes, that one. Well, actually, I think my favorite version of that is there's 2 types of people in the world. Those that can extrapolate from evidence.
No, from a lack of statistical evidence.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. That is one of my favorites.
But yes, as I was about to say, I recently listened to a song for the first time, and just hearing it, I just couldn't help but just think, I don't know how my mind clicked to it, but I just could think, this is giving me an idea for a potential Warhammer 40k character. Namely, a tech priest termed Demon Prince of Slaanesh.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
It's not what you think. I put it in the shitposting thing.
So, I love the idea, as I said, that, because our player that's playing the champion paladin, when his first character died, he introduced that character's daughter as a champion as well, because he really wanted to play a champion. But he's like, oh man, the build that I gave her and just her personality's not really meshing. He's like, kind of wish the first paladin didn't die. And that's when I was like, well, what if saved by clockwork?
Gonna
and
go.
So, huh?
I was just gonna say, pull the danged old Darth Vader.
Yep. So yeah.
Rebuild him. We have the technology.
So yeah, the GM absolutely fell in love with the idea, and so yes, he is coming back.
Oh god, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's unstable.
You know what? Maybe you should host, Bren. I don't know if that'll make a difference, but...
Okay, I will give it a try.
You know, it's one of those things that I just don't understand. Like, okay, maybe Diddy Kong Racing did come out after, because this was basically a launch title. But it's just surprising how, like, even in that short span of time, Diddy Kong Racing was like full 3D racer, whereas this is still like using sprites for the actual characters.
Eh.
Okay, but I can't. I can't do. Why is my menu stuck? Okay. Oh, it's because. Wait. No. Go. It. Fucking. Continue. No. What is this bullshit? Okay, you know what? Let's try that again. Okay.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
It's just... I swear to God, Nintendo, if you can't have me run a fucking N64 game on this.
Okay, so I just said to just play online and then you'll join, or?
Let's see. I think it'll, unable to search again. I think it should automatically show me. You can also shoot me an invite.
How do I do that?
I think there should be a button. I remember. Or...
Maybe I just didn't set it.
I love lasagna.
Oh, I see. I forgot to actually set. Okay, I figured out what I did wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm creating the online session. Now I can play.
Anyway, I will leave you gentlemen to it. I hope you have fun. As soon as you
Here's
work
hoping
out
this
the
works
internet
out.
demons.
Okay, here we go.
And I'm going to be here heckling them.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
It says my connection is unstable.
Well, let's see what happens.
No bars.
Ugh.
This is going to be terrifying.
You know what? If nothing else, let's see how good we could deal with jank. Have I walked into a creepypasta?
Uh,
Oh my god.
This is disgusting.
You know, let's. I mean, fuck it. Let's just make a thing of it.
you know, one thing they could have, they should have done, just because it's like, they should have added like freaking the Magic Cooper, because it was one of those.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was just a rumor or if it was actually just like a beta that design that they ended up cutting.
I think there was like a screenshot that was shown of that at one point, but I'm not sure if that was like a fan mock-up or an actual thing. Oh, it's gross. I love it.
I have no idea what I am doing.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that believes that the Mario Kart series didn't actually get good until Double Dash.
Like, for me, like, I think 64 was good in that it was, like, the start of, like, modern Mario Kart. But, yeah. I mean, then again, I'm the kind of person who, I kind of skipped some things after playing 64. And then
Yeah.
my next one was, I think DS was the next one I did after that. Like, I had a friend who had, like, Double Dash, but... yeah.
Yeah, Double Dash was so good.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that we'll, like, eventually get that. Like, it seems like it'll be cool if we can, like, get support for GameCube stuff at some point, you know.
Yeah, bring back Luigi Mansion with the actual darkness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh, that's like one of the big things with the Luigi's Mansion HD remake, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people are like, yeah, it looks really good, but they've added a lot more light to it, so it doesn't have the same creepy darkness as the original. And it's like, yeah, there is kind of something that is lost when they update it and modernize it.
Okay, you know what? I'll say this, as kind of jank as this is because of the connection speed, like, this is actually playable.
Yeah, I'm actually... It does have a bit of a challenge that kind of works.
Yeah, like, it's kind of... The audio distortion is kind of annoying, but, like, it's bearable. Like, I could just turn down the volume a bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I mean, I'm sure there's, like, local conditions, but goddamn, Nintendo, get your shit together with your online infrastructure, especially if you're gonna ask as much as you are for it. Yeah. Maybe after we do all the Grand Prix for this ship, maybe we can loop in Argyle for a thing in 8 Deluxe if he's up for it.
Oh god, there's no way we can play with him.
I mean, we've played it before.
No,
Yeah.
I think there's something wrong. I think it might be because I have new internet and maybe the internet is worse than I had to switch out my internet. Right.
Ah.
Might be one of the reasons.
Out of my way, Danky Kang. Also, I've decided to fulfill one of my bad habits. When I was in GameStop the other day, I got the Metroid Dread amiibo, and also at the same time I saw that there was the Monster Hunter amiibo there, and I thought, you know what? I've got a problem. I'll go ahead and buy these. So now I have one of those, it appears to be a ninja cat and some kind of doggo.
Oh, fuck. No, 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 no! Oh, no!
I'm coming for you. Can I get you? No, 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 no! No, 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 no! Just by that much.
Oh! That was lucky of me. If I did not get those, I would not have got that. Oh, this is bringing back old memories.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some good memories, but god damn, this can actually. The models still look pretty good. Well, I guess they're technically sprites. But...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that was the thing.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I remember that was a thing of as a kid. I didn't really pick up on that, and like, so I think that's kind of cool that they did that and it worked out. You were saying?
I think this is one of those things that's like, I think this is when they had just like a random. It was essentially a random intern that they got to do the voice for Peach, and then she basically. She wasn't an intern, she was, I can't remember what role she had, but yeah. They were just like, you wanna do the voice of Peach, maybe? And she's like, sure. And so she stayed on as Peach for, like this and Mario Party.
Wow.
It was one of those things where they didn't even have an audition. They just basically they're like, oh crap, yeah, let's
So we just need to fill in the thing.
Yeah. There's been like 5 different voice actresses for Peach. And it's like one of those things where I can't remember where I saw it. It might have been posted on Discord, but apparently Charles Martinet was never actually invited to the audition. They were closing up the audition for the day. They were basically finished with the audition, had all the takes and whatnot. And he kind of showed up last minute and convinced them to actually let him in to have one take. I could just imagine just being like, oh god, fine, let's just let him do one take, we're not gonna take it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The year of prison.
Oh, you know, in a weird way, that just reminded me of something that I heard today.
Yeah?
So, Shadman was arrested.
Wait, what?
Shadman was arrested today.
The Shadman University dude?
The Shadman, porn artist.
Oh.
What was the charges?
Assault with a deadly weapon. I don't know. That probably would sound like him. But
his penis. The joke is it's his penis.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say no, but I think the actual image. I'm not sure if it was. They had an image of him posing with a katana, which is like, okay, that's not exactly a crime.
Not in the modern era.
Well, no, like most katanas are prop katanas, so.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
I mean, I get first place, but hey, still takes second.
And yeah, the reason why talking about the year of Chris reminded me of that was because a friend of mine made a joke earlier. It's like, what if Shadman, we should get Shadman and bloody Chris Chan to do a podcast in jail or something like that.
Oh god.
Oh god, yeah. Also, Chris Chan freaking thinks he's Jesus, or at least the reincarnation of him.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's not even a joke. He's been sending letters out in prison. And yeah, he fucking thinks he's Jesus.
Yeah, by this point, I am not surprised at all by anything I hear about that individual.
You know, some people say that maybe Chris Chan is the main protagonist of the human race, except he's not a protagonist we're supposed to be rooting for.
Man, one of the things that, like, this is one of those maps, tracks that was always had the issue because it was all considered like off-road or whatever. So it was actually, you'd go slower than. I think it was the same with Sherbet Island or whatever it was called.
I never noticed that myself.
Yeah, it's one of those things where in Mario Kart Wii, you could actually abuse tracks that were considered off-road tracks. You'd go light characters because light characters basically weren't affected by off-road. So you'd have like Baby Peach. Like I think I've told you before, but it was a long time ago. I had the world record for the time trial on Sherbet Island as Baby Peach.
Andrew, I am so sorry I have to do this.
Well, you didn't need to take out my competition for me, but thank you.
No, but I mean, triggering a blue shell on your friend.
It's fine.
Yeah, some things I am not willing to do.
I mean, if you, freaking take it if you can have it, dude. Yeah, I'll just say that.
You know, Jake and Bud, we're starting to get used to it, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
So by the way, Brad, I finished Squid Game.
How was it?
I did not like the ending.
Yeah, that ending is kind of an asshole, and yeah. I'm with you on that one.
I thought Splatoon had a pretty good ending. Just for the record, I know what Squid Game is. That was a joke. Frick!
Man, all these Squid Game memes acting like Squid Game is the first first of its kind, people forget about the true horror that ended friendships. Mario Party.
Mario Party
Yeah.
or Monopoly.
Man, that reminds me, I gotta pick up Superstar at some point.
Oh. Guess what?
What?
Chicken butt?
Odd Howard has managed to port Skyrim again.
Yeah, I know.
What to?
He's ported it to the kitchen table.
Wait.
Explain.
There is the Skyrim board game coming out.
Oh.
I mean,
I've always wanted to play the Fallout 4 one. Because, you know, it's made by Fantasy Flight. I mean, if it's a Fantasy Flight game, I mean, it's probably be pretty good.
But here's the thing. At the same time, I found out that there is Skyrim Monopoly.
because of course there is.
For everything. I stopped caring.
Also, I'm just going to say, it's not going to be a legit Skyrim tabletop game unless it includes rules for weird glitches.
Yeah, well, it's more of a board game instead of like a D&D. It's
well, my point still stands.
yeah. But goddamn, what? You know, he should start actually. I would be impressed if he actually ports it to something that's a little bit more unexpected. Port it to the freaking N64.
N64 Skyrim, or I'll even take PlayStation on a multi-game thing.
No. Port it to the SNES. Make it a 2D over-the-top view, freaking classic sprite work game. That would actually be pretty awesome.
Yeah. A cool remake, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't completely suck it.
Look, we're still the two best writers so far. It's just that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Yeah, it might be my internet, or I don't know what's going on today. I like
Stuff-
having trouble
stuff's going on.
uploading things. So, yeah. But it's cheaper, and, you know, I have to save money somehow, because that's just shit.
Mm-hmm. And if nothing else, I'm going to say the fucking the fucking slowdown adds some character to this stream.
Yep.
So, I was watching a video that was discussing, that was briefly went into the delay for Endwalker
Mm-hmm.
and how Yoshi P basically in an interview, you know, he straight up put all the blame on himself. He's like, yes, it's all my fault. I wanted to push back the game 2 more weeks because I had these ideas for improvements and whatnot.
You know what?
So-
You're back.
Yeah, so he basically, he blamed himself because he wanted to make those last minute changes just to improve the game. And, yeah, and the commentator was straight up like, okay Yoshi P, you shut your mouth. No one talks bad about Yoshi P, not even Yoshi P.
I am okay with this. That is a good reason to delay a game. To actually fucking improve it.
Yeah, like, God, there are so many cases of games coming out in a shit condition. It's actually rather refreshing to see a company decide, you know, this needs a little extra time in the oven.
Man, look at those road signs. I know that some of them are parodying old logos and stuff, but God, that takes me back.
I think I remember trying to go on those tracks and going into the tunnel, but it's like you just hit a wall, I think, when you go down there.
I think we've all tried to do that. I'm coming for you!
Oh, God.
There's actually this, there's this skip that you can do, just near the train tracks, where you basically, phase through the fence. But its success rate is like a 0.001 or whatever. It's like
maneuvers that you don't want to do on a live run.
yeah, and it's like it's been done twice. The first guy that did it, he had been, you know, grinding it out all day. That when he actually did it, he was already in the muscle memory of going and hitting reset. So he did it and then immediately reset before realizing.
Oh yeah!
And then another person done it, and it's like, yeah, finally he's like the first one to actually get the record with this new skip. And then like a day later, someone found a skip that is easy to do and makes it bloody freaking obsolete.
Oh.
Big oof. That's a bra moment.
I went right into that. You have failed.
Yeah, I know, but you got rid of that shot. And win or lose, this brought back so many good memories.
Yeah. Like, I'll say this, like, I know...
A lot at slumber parties.
Yeah. And it's like, I... It's a pretty casual friendly game, yeah. And it's one of those things where, like, yes, these graphics are pretty terrible by modern standards, but there's something charming, I think, to this aesthetic of, like, the chunky polygons, the sprites that are used for some objects. These
are not terrible graphics. They've never been.
As I was saying, they kind of are, especially when you compare to games that come out at the same time. Like, again, Diddy Kong Racing is the standout there.
I guess you're right.
I think the only thing that is the reason why they're still considered good is because of the fact that it was a launch game, so they didn't have that extra year that like Diddy Kong had to refine.
I don't think
there.
Racing, I don't think Mario Kart 64 was a launch title. I remember infamously the only thing they had at launch for a long time was Mario Kart 64 and Pilot Wings.
Right, yeah, no, I keep thinking it's a launch title because I got it with my 64, but I think that was like...
Yes!
Maybe, a year later or something, yeah.
Donkey Kong, you son of a bitch!
Oh my god! Motherfucker, I cuffed you! Motherfucker!
How much did you pay him, Bren? How much did you pay Donkey Kong?
I did not pay him.
You gave him a whole banana.
You know what? No. I punched K Rool in the nuts for him and took back his horn.
Yeah,
That'd be a pretty cool fight. Bowser versus K Rool.
Ah, you're talking about as... Oh god! Why?
No, like the forces of like the Kremlin and the Koopa Kingdom. The Koopa forces, like, you know. I don't know, what would happen if they went to war? Or maybe K. Rool decides to invade?
Eh. Man, it's one of those reasons. It's like, some of the untapped potential that Nintendo could do with their IPs. A sort of third-person RTS in the way of Brutal Legends, but with like some of their big, like, you know, you can side with, you can have Bowser and control Bowser's minions, frickin' King K. Rool, or frickin' Ganon.
Yeah, I mean, you got
Just-
options.
Okay, I'm trying to think. What would be some old weird IP that Nintendo could bring back for a weird resurrection like that?
That's the problem. Trying to think of old IPs is they're kind of old and obscure for a reason.
Yeah.
I can't. Star Tropics? Well, that wasn't Nintendo, was it?
Yeah, that was Nintendo.
Huh.
God, Marvel.
We meet beneath the giant floating fish, who will bless us with the cup of victory.
That's possibly a blowjob, given how it looks.
There were, you know, one of the old IPs that I think Square needs to bring back, though I guess they kind of tried. But freaking. Actually, yeah, no, because they did Secrets of Mana recently, which was kind of poorly received. But I'm thinking of
They did
had,
Trials
like,
of
an RTS
Mana.
one. Yeah, I remember. I think it was DS where it was like an RTS.
Yeah.
Was that Secrets of
I
Mana?
think World of Mana, I think, was the...
World of Mana, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can do this.
Okay.
Right, yeah, I gotta remember the names.
Do something on your own.
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and play the thing on my own then, if it disturbs you that much.
Sorry, as fun as that was, I can't do that over and over again. Yeah.
Select your player.
Let's see. Yeah, I think if anything, Secret of rather the Mana series has done a pretty good job of kind of getting back into things. Like I haven't played the Trials remake, but I hear
Yeah.
that was pretty decent.
It's one of those things. I'm surprised they actually did go ahead and do Trials after the poor reception of Secret.
I think it helps that from the looks of it, Trials of Mana was kind of a bit more comprehensive in terms of its remake-ness, whilst the Secret one was just kind of, they just applied 3D models to the pre-existing kind of thing. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, I would also think it would be kind of a thing that I would worry about it possibly being redundant, because they also did the collection of Mana, which had Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, and, you know, the original SNES version of Trials of Mana.
Yeah. And they're also, like, bringing back the Saga series.
Which is a bit
Yeah.
surprise, but a welcome one.
Yeah, because, like,
And-
yeah, they recently did the collection, and then a few like a redo of one of the PlayStation games, I believe.
Yeah. And then, of course, Suikoden making a comeback.
Oh yeah, wasn't there like a spiritual successor?
Not only
made?
that, there's like an actual like collection coming out.
Oh.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
No, because that's a Konami game.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about Square. I'm just talking about in terms of just.
No, but I'm talking about in the fact that the Konami is trying to do something good.
I mean, if nothing else, you can count on Konami to release the old shit to make some money.
Yeah.
Because like they have
'Cause,
like
you know,
the arcade
Castlevania.
classics in Castlevania, yeah. I wish they would do some new shit with some of their other things, but I'll take it.
Well, yes, it is Konami. Yeah.
And isn't there also like
stuff and with Konami.
on that line of remakes and re-releases and whatnot? I'm not sure if this is something that I heard or it was a fever dream, but apparently they're doing a new Resident Evil 1 remake.
I don't think I haven't heard of that, but I mean, fuck it, they've been remaking a bunch of the other ones, so why not?
Honestly, not a bad idea. I think it was a pretty good idea.
No. And of course, Breath of Fire hasn't really seen the light of day except for the surprise inclusion in Nintendo Online system.
Yeah, that I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna knock it. I'm honestly kind of hoping to give it a go at some point. But like, that was one of those things where it's like, wait, Konami's just straight up putting 2 RPGs up there
Yeah.
for free. I mean, obviously the monthly fees and all that, but that's like, you guys realize what you're putting down, right? Like, and honestly, that's something I would have expected to lead into. Oh, we're making a new Breath of Fire game, and you know they're doing that for.
May I,
Yeah.
You're actually wrong. Breath of Fire is Capcom, not Konami.
That wasn't in the question. Did I say
No,
Konami?
You said that.
Yeah, I think you said Konami.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, Capcom.
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
Either way, yeah, Breath of Fire needs to come back, at least in a collection, or because okay, you can play Breath of Fire 1 and 2 also on the Game Boy Advance, but Breath of Fire 3 and 4.
I remember
Okay,
3 at least was remade for PSP.
Yeah, there was Breath of Fire 3 was for PSP. But 4 was only PlayStation, but also apparently Microsoft Windows.
Oh yeah, that was Dragon Quarter, right?
No, Dragon Quarter was the 5th game. So
Oh,
PlayStation 2.
okay. I think I must have confused that then, because when I hear quarter, I think like, you know,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. And then Breath of Fire 6 was an iOS Japan only web game.
Yeah, I heard that was like, you know, a not fun mobile thing.
Pretty much they're probably killing the series for content. It does suck because Breath of Fire is like one of those series that it's not one of the greatest RPGs, but it's a beloved, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, how
It was
would
the
you-
piece of media that introduced me to Catgirls.
How would you rate, like, or classify certain RPGs? Like, obviously, the Fire Emblems and the Dragon Quest are, like, mainstays. Then you got slightly more obscure ones, and then you got like super obscure. How would you rate all of them? Like classify all of them?
I mean, depends on what you're talking about exactly. Like,
Well, we're talking about like, okay, some RPGs are just in a gamer's conscience no matter what. Like they hear the name, they know it. So it's Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest. Now then, and I guess even Suikoden, but that's less people have played it, just more people have heard it.
I think Suikoden was probably more on the. Not many people have heard of it.
Yeah, it's
I know,
not
I
exactly
certainly-
out there.
Yeah.
I think maybe on the border, at least Suikoden 2, because whenever you see top 10 lists of
Yeah, but that's.
RPGs.
Yeah, okay, but that's top 10 lists are typically either written by people that are passionate about that genre or people that don't know anything about the genre and just probably looked at someone else's list.
Okay.
And of course, I think there can also be a distinction made between like series that are long running and like one-off games that are still in the consciousness and are like known for being good. Like Chrono Trigger is one of those things where it's like, yeah, you could technically say it's a series because there's also Chrono Cross and Radical Dreamers and all that, but like Chrono Trigger is one of those things that sits as being like the singular like one big JRPG that like, you know, defined a generation.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's right there with mainstay. Everybody's heard of it.
And it's like, and I would say part of it is like, okay, yeah, you got like some series everyone has heard of, or at least, you know, is commonly known, like, you know, Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy or whatever. Then you kind of get down into some little lesser known things, like you got your Xenosagas, you Breath of Fire, where it's like maybe you've reasonably heard of them, but they're not. It's more like you've heard of them if like you've played RPGs.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost like a tech tree. It's like, okay, you need to get at least one level in RPG Fanatic before you know about the existence of Xenosaga.
Yeah.
Then you got even more obscure. These are like the RPGs you gotta go out of your way. Also with second tier Atelier. So that's mostly that's lesser known among the main circles because it's
Yeah. I'd say
way more well known in Japan.
one of the series that I would say is like sort of that like deeper level, like you need to be like 3 tiers in, but it's kind of now become a bit more of a mainstream, and that is the Trials of series, or Trails of.
Yeah.
Trails of Steel, Trails of Heroes, Trails of Sky.
Yeah, that later, that was like third, now it's like second tier.
Yeah.
And I would say that what alerted me to it was, well, Linkar's review of it, because he got a Patreon review that basically
For me, it was Mother's Basement.
Sister, you know, people keep saying, you can totally be together, even though you're raised as brother and sister. Yeah, it is
What?
kind of creepy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And Trails in the Sky.
Yeah, you just completely went into something that only you
Forget it. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I heard about it from Mother's Basement because he did like a 40-minute long video about how like the trails of like, well, the games from that developer were all part of like a shared universe,
Yeah.
or at least yeah, which is, that is a concept that needs to happen more.
What concepts?
A shared universe, an MCU for video games.
Ah, yeah.
Not many games do that very often. The only other series I can think of that does that is the Nipponichi game.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like, when you think about it, a lot of, like, you'll get some cameos, but that's not really, like, a shared universe. That's just, like, a nod and a wink. And then it's like, you'll get stuff like Smash, where it's like, okay, yeah, that's... You can kind of consider that, but that's more just, like, a conceit for a massive crossover.
Yeah.
Like... Yeah, it's almost unfair to call it a shared universe.
I think Capcom games kind of like they're kind of close, but at the same time it's one of those weird things where it's like they will constantly reference other Capcom games, but of course they're not in a shared universe, because it's like if they were in a shared universe you couldn't have Resident Evil and bloody what is the other zombie game I'm blanking on right now?
Dead Rising.
Dead Rising, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I could see them being in a shared universe if they fix the lore of Dead Rising, but Dead Rising is more, bees created zombies, and there's a cure that is easy to
If
share.
anything, it feels like Dead Rising is a movie series within the Resident Evil universe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a lot of things that don't make sense, but if you look at it from the perspective of, okay, this is an in-universe sort of movie, and they're exaggerating these monsters and zombies. I don't know,
Yeah.
like, maybe.
To be fair, I'll say that the motivation in Dead Rising is a lot better than the motivation for frickin' Umbrella. Because it's like,
Oh,
okay,
no,
Umbrella is like, they're like, oh yeah, we want weapons that we can sell, and oh, you created a cure, yeah, let's get rid of that. Whereas in Dead Rising, it's like, oh, there's this virus that we produce, and we can create a cure for it. Let's sell that cure and bloody release undead everywhere, so that way we can keep selling the cure.
Yes, that's pretty evil and heinous, but it's like, yeah, that's actually a somewhat intelligent plan. I mean,
It's still dumb to make zombies, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's not a cure. Zombrex is a it's not a cure. It's a, what do you call it?
It's
'cause
a
it's-
layer.
yeah. It kind of feels like Dead Rising could easily be turned into like a frickin' like a, hey, this is a whole big like, we're basically talking about insulin and frickin' diabetes.
Commentary on U.S. medical.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Also, Capcom in a shared universe. Let's see. Excuse me. Street Fighter is as crossover with King of the Fighters, because King of Fighters, as well as what's the one where
Darkstalkers? And yeah, Streets of Rage.
Yeah, Streets of
Yeah.
Rage. Hager has joined into the fighting, so they have
Yeah.
reference to King of Fighters.
So yeah, King of that's definitely shared universe there, and I think Darkstalkers actually is in the same universe, because Darkstalkers obviously takes place in the underworld. So it's like shared. You can say it's shared universe because there are crossovers, but there's nothing that directly contradicts them being in the same setting.
Yeah. So okay, we got that. So we got Trails, we got Niscaya, and then we got Capcom's fighting universe.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of link between the various Xeno games, because we at least
definitely.
had, yeah, because we at least had Cosmos from Xenosaga appear in Xenoblade 2, so that kind of links those a little bit. And depending on how you think of the conduit being related to the Zohar in Xenogears, there might be a thing there, so...
Yeah.
Wow, you just said a bunch of words
Yeah.
that I have literally no idea.
you really need to play Xenoblade.
Yes, I do. And then I remember, oh god, Shin Megami Tensei 5 just released, and I'm like, ah, god damn, that's another JRPG I gotta get through.
And, like, okay, the Shin Megami series was all basically a connected universe until they kind of separated Persona off into its own thing.
Yeah. Persona 1 and 2 is straight up a connection to the Shin Megamis. Now, granted, it's connected to Shin Megami If, which was an alternative history that basically started the whole Persona kind of setting, like school kids and that sort of thing.
Yeah. And,
But
okay.
another thing, but yes, there is a big connection.
And, like, isn't Digital Devil Saga or Summoner or whatever it's called also part of it?
I think so.
Yeah.
One could make ways, arguments and ways how they're able to connect with each other, but most people usually say that after Persona 2, Persona went off into its own sort of continuity, and
Yeah.
it got influence around. It's really like trying to figure out this Zelda timeline.
Yeah.
Y'all want to talk about how the Fate franchise is connected?
Let's get Gigok in here.
I just remember, I just love how the thing he did with his freaking first video. I was like, you don't want to know how Fate works, or whatever the phrasing. It's like, oh, it's very simple. You start here. You don't want to start here.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I remember, like it was in Trash Taste. Like I think Connor basically asked, like, because Gigok was talking about like 3 different sabers, I think. And Connor's like, wait, so how many sabers are there? And he's like, 8.
It's like the character or the class.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, the character or the class. Yeah.
I just thought if I could fuck with an artist. Okay, I'm gonna find an artist who specializes in Sprite. Then I'm gonna ask for coke art.
What?
I'm gonna tell a Sprite artist to make me coke.
I get it, but that's terrible.
Yeah, that was about as flat as a bottle of Coke that's been left out.
What is it with Bowser and Donkey Kong?
You know what? There's a line from Aqua Teen Hunger that Meatwad said it best. I get it, but it ain't making me laugh, but I get it. Yeah, I guess that joke did fly. My bad. Anyway, it is really starting to get late for
Yeah. Oh,
me.
right!
It was a lot of fun to play.
Good time.
The
Brent,
internet will be a little better another day. If not, well, figure something out, right?
yeah. There are some... I found this list, it's like... Okay, oh, it's from the gamer. The gamer is kind of a bad site, but you know, I do know at least this one works. Grand Theft Auto and Manhunt are in the same universe.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I got another one. I just remembered. Red Faction and
Saints Row.
Thank you.
Yeah. Though it's like they were connected, but then I think Saints Row then sort of split off into its own timeline.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I was just gonna say, Half-Life and Portal.
Yeah, that
was
one's
kind of obvious. That is true.
what I was going to say was the freaking, I can't remember the actual people behind it, but you have Alan Wake, Control, and Quantum Break. In fact, Alan Wake Remastered went in and tightened up some of those connections to actually, they were sort of like connections that people assumed, and they're like, no, yes, these three games are connected.
Alright, guys. Anyway, good night. I hope you all sleep well.
Good.
Yeah.
I figure I'll probably.
Play Control.
I still need to give that one a go. Like, I've heard good things. It's just gotta. I want to get something. I want to play it on something that can like handle. Like, I suppose maybe my computer can handle it, but like, yeah.
Yeah, you just obviously won't be able to turn on ray tracing because
Oh yeah. Ray tracing the new hotness for gaming.
yeah. Well, it's because like at this point, when it comes to graphic fidelity, in terms of like models and that, we're not really going to get much improvement. So now it is more like ray tracing is the big thing because it's like, yes, it's now simulated light instead of just having like, oh, this shader that just puts a light source there, and it's like now each particle of light is simulated basically, which allows for reflections, realistic reflections.
Yeah. Like, God, I think it's crazy how it's like we're at the point that it's like we're able to get graphics and displays and things so good that it's like our eyes can't even freaking see how good the detail of like the DPI of a monitor can be, or refresh rate or whatever.
Yeah. It's one of those funny things where it's like, okay, even if games do end up with that, as good looking as things can be in real life, games will always still probably look better, simply because real life isn't always as pretty as games are.
Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things where it's like, probably one of those reasons why it's so cool to see games try to do a stylized approach and just do some weird stuff.
Yeah, I really need to play Ori and the Blind Forest.
And so do I. That's been sitting in my Steam library for so long.
And Hollow Knight.
Yeah. Like, man, after playing Dread, it reminded me, man, there's so many good Metroidvanias that I haven't really given a fair shake. Like, I started Hollow Knight, and didn't do much else because I guess I went on to play some other games, but, like, it was fun when I played. It's...
Yeah. It's funny. It's like I talk about, oh, there's so many games I could be playing, and here I am playing a game that I have thousands of hours in. I've completed the current story of it, but I'm just like, I still want to play it because there is so much stuff to do in Guild Wars 2, and I haven't really mastered any of the other classes. It's like, yes, Elementalist, Weaver, I've got that bloody on lockdown. Melina is perfected in this. But now I've got to go, okay, Gears? Okay, I don't really like the Base Engineer or the Scrapper, so I'm probably not really going to play them. Hollow-Smith is fun, but, oh, the Mechanist. I can't wait for the Mechanist.
It's like there is something to being able to enjoy a game for frickin' hours on end. It's a thing.
And this is always one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, same for me. Like, they'll probably for like it's for the dumbest reason. Like I remember as a kid, I thought the coolest thing about this map was that you could go off the side and into Peach's castle.
Yep.
And I will pretend to go there and mow the grass or fucking whatever. Just.
I remember once I was talking to my friends about it in school, like, oh, like, what if you had like a copy of Super Mario 64 and you like swap the card around and you could actually then go in and play Super Mario 64.
Oh.
Like, while in your cart.
That would be pretty cool.
And probably one of my favorite Bowser tracks. And that freaking Womp.
Yeah. I remember hitting that so many times.
But no, the one in the cage, so many rumors about that, like, oh, you can do something to let it out.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, that's like, it's such a specific detail, it's...
Yeah. I remember once just banging into every inch of every wall, trying to find maybe there's an invisible wall. The secret passage. Again, thanks to frickin' bloody Mario 64 with the slide hidden behind an invisible wall.
Oh yeah, like that stuff just encourages. It's like, I forgot that thwomp is green. Or at least it's under green lighting.
That was another thing that made it stand out. It was just like, there has to be a reason why they did that. And I think the only thing I can think of nowadays is like, oh, they probably wanted to have something interesting instead of just a blank wall.
Yeah. kind of just think of a thing. It's like, you know, they interview the map designer. Why did you put it there? I was bored.
And which Mario Kart was this one remade in? Was it 7 or was it 8?
I'm not sure. I don't remember it in 8, but that could just be my garbage memory.
Or maybe it was Wii.
Frick.
Yeah, no, think about it. I think it was Wii. I think I remember racing on this track a few times just before me and my old crew, we got together one last time on the final day of the Wii Connect.
Oh yeah. This game hates me. There we go. Fuck. It's too many fucking bananas.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Mario Kart Wii. Apparently people even named the swamp in the green swamp. His name is Marty.
A pleasant name.
Hypothesis to unlocking Marty. Power slide turbo boosting around the Bowser statue in the castle garden clockwise. Doing the same thing but counterclockwise. Driving Bowser's castle the other way around, which is possible but extremely difficult.
God, that is. I'll admit, as dumb as it is, I kind of miss the things like back in the days of, oh yeah, you know, what you can unlock or find this cool thing in the game, but you have to do some dumb, ridiculous thing.
Yeah, it's why I think games like Dark Souls really end up becoming so big, was because of stuff like that. Dark Souls did not give anyone any guide. There was no stuff being like, oh, you can go here and find this quest. There was a hidden sort of section in Dark Souls that wasn't discovered for a few months. And the same with Bloodborne. Like, I think it was only last year that some people finally discovered like there was actually 2 extra bosses hidden within Bloodborne that, you know, obviously no one had really come across.
There's something magical to just like coming across stuff like that.
Of course, it didn't help when the developer actually actively trolled people with things. He's like, there's an item that you can start with. It's called like, it's just called like the pendant or whatever. And in an interview, he said, there might be a use for the pendant, but I'm not going to tell you. And for years, people were theorizing what this pendant was for. And I think it was like only like about 2-3 years ago where he came out and said, it's like, yeah, no, I lied. I just wanted to see people theorize over that pendant.
That is evil.
Yeah.
I suck at this game. And now I'm thinking of, you know... Okay, so games that we're never gonna make but sound like cool ideas. So, that has me thinking of there being, fucking, a treasure hunting game starring Astra and Ruby. And of course, there'd be obvious stuff. There'd be, like, some quests and, like, you can find maps and stuff, but just imagining... come across random stuff where you get a hint from someone and it's like Ruby's like, yeah, you gotta stand here and you gotta spin around 100 times. It's like, Ruby, no one would have the patience for... Okay, maybe you would have the patience for that, but...
Yeah. Yeah, it's like in my game, freaking unlocking Ruby, I would definitely have some kind of esoteric stuff. Like, okay, actually, I would have two ways of unlocking Ruby. Either you'd have to go through like all this esoteric shenanigans, or you just give her candy. But it's never explicitly said that you can just give her candy.
Use Bonbon on doll. I'm just imagining the esoteric thing is just like one long grift by Astra to get you to do stuff for her.
Yeah. She's got a list of chores.
And
You
that's
did
my
it.
wallet. Where else happened? Yeah, I did it. I did the thing.
Indeed.
There's poor Peach in the background who's gonna go and get exploded for the crime of being in 4th place.
Yeah. Everyone below 4th place, yeah, they get out fine, but if you're in 4th place, screw you.
Yes. Hooray! It is shiny. Alright. And that'll be that for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And for the sake of whatever audience views this afterwards, thank you for watching. Good night, and eat carrots. Yes.
Yeah, carrots are nice.